This is the start of the Good, the Bad and the What the Fucks with Nicolas Cage Volume 2. I'm in Steel Time Music now because I'm not going to be here doing the whole video, because I've been watching them and sort of making mental notes. And I know Matthew would be very angry if he wasn't in Nicolas Cage, since Nicolas Cage has a...
Yeah, so Nicolas Cage
Nicolas Cage has got like a plaque up there, and Con Air and
things like that. So basically what we're going to do is we're not going to be shooting there anymore, so...
yeah, so he's the another 10, Nicolas Cage, Good, the Bad and the What the Fucks. Hello, I'm Steve Mason and welcome to the Good, the Bad and the What the Fucks Volume 2 for Nicolas Cage. That's right, Nicolas Cage was here in Steel Time Music. Right, as you just seen Matty, you might see Matty again by the end of this video, and hopefully we'll get to Matty. Now, this one's going to be totally different because that footage you've just seen of Matty was filmed in November. It is now the end of March 2019. It's been about 5 months. And I love doing the Good, the Bad, the What the Fucks. There's a good film, there's a bad film, and what the fuck is that? That's pretty much it do. I'd started off with Corey Feldman, went into Corey Haim, Christian Slater, Scott Atkins, Wesley Snipes and Nicolas Cage and I think Van Damme. But the problem is, I'm doing all these review randoms lately, taking time out to watch 10 films about one actor, and then find them obscure ones. Now, I've literally got about another 10 Nicolas Cage ones, and I've been putting off this one for a while because I've been making journal notes, and this is what's going to make this one different. Now, it's going to jump all over. You're going to see me, so basically, I watch Fast Times at Rosemont High. It's come back out, and I did a sat-down review. Good, the Bad and the What the Fuck notes, Nicolas Cage, Fast Times at Rosemont High? I can never say that now, I'm right. Now, that's the worst one I've just seen. But you're going to see, it's going to jump. It's going to jump from me now to the past to back there. So I'm just going to wing this bit. Now, I'll start off with Rosemont High because I don't have it. I watched it at work. It's part of the tea room thing. And it's got Nicolas Cage on the front cover. When it comes up, it's Nicolas Coppola. And this is Sean Bean's big breakout film. Sean Penn. Different Sean. It's a story, yo dude, what's going down? And I watched this, and it's also got a couple of cast from the Gremlins in, like Phoebe Cates, who was absolutely amazing. Why? I know I didn't get along with Phoenix Dex too well in real life, but I understand now why they wrote that song. It wasn't because of the Gremlins, it was because of when she gets out of that pool. It's like, oh my god. If I was a prince and I seen that, I would sweep her off her feet and keep her locked in a castle. She's amazing. Nicolas Cage is Nicolas Coppola in this, hence his family name. And Rosenberg, the other guy from the Gremlins, Billy's boss mate, he's in it as well. It's a pretty of a stupid movie. Good cliches, you can see why it got mimicked and quite a good hit comedy wise. There's a lot of up and coming actors in this in small supporting roles, and you know, it's about working in between summer and just being a stoner really. And that was, to me, it's a good film. It's not really fresh and memorable. I know I just sat down and I just talked about it, but again, I thought we'll start there. Yo dude, let's just rock this one. So what I'm going to do is move my phone from underneath the camera. And yeah, Rosemont High, I would own it. I should have owned it. I will pick it up. I don't have it on VHS. But yeah. This one's now going to jump into the past and into the future with Family Man. Yes, Family Man. Family Man, that's out now with a gold box and Christmas hat Nicolas Cage. And I think it's a what the fuck because it's Christmas Cage. It's a Christmas Cage movie. Okay, part of the Good, the Bad and the What the Fucks video little files here. This is the one about Family Man. Now I watched this and didn't realise it was a Christmas movie, and it's also a Burt Ratner movie, I need to remember that. So it's a story, pretty much, it's a Scrooge story. You know, the Muppets Christmas Carol, or it's that kind of Christmas, it's Nicolas Cage Christmas movie basically. But it's a very serious movie, it's a 15, it's not aimed for a family movie, but it's about a guy who's got everything. He makes a decision to go to London at the start and leave his girlfriend, Tia, Rora, whatever you want to call her, the girl who screams around in Jurassic Park 3, girl from Bad Boys. She's called Tia, I think. Anyway, or T. He goes to London, and then years later he's got everything he wants. He meets girls, he's a bit of a player, has a Ferrari, has a massive apartment, rich, into his trade and Wall Street stuff. Then he meets Donnie Yen. Meets Donnie Yen and basically wakes up almost like a ghost from Christmas past, wakes up the next morning and basically this is what his life would have been like. He's married, long-term relationship with a girl. He's got 2 kids, baby as well. He works at a local tire firm, and it's just quite like the way it is. It's like it's one of them scenarios where he thinks he's in the wrong body and everyone's acting. It's just really well done. You've got Jeremy Piven in there who's really good at support. It's quite grounded. It's not very Christmassy, you know. It's set around the Christmas period. You miss Christmas or whatever. It was a little bit slow at times, but it was interesting. You know, Nicolas Cage played it well, but at the start of the movie I fucking burst out laughing, and I had to keep on rewinding it and send clips to Matty of da 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 da. I don't know the words of the in my classical music, sorry, but yeah, it's just Nicolas Cage prancing around his fucking apartment listening to classical music while getting ready. I mean, he busting, going la 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 la. Family Man. He's just got Nicolas Cage naked, and you think, okay. So yeah, I enjoyed it. Wouldn't say it's a typical Christmas movie, but it's in the Christmas spirit of the Ghost from Christmas Past. It's got some heartwarming moments, especially the little girl in who plays his daughter's really good. How she clucks on that something's not right, especially when he's trying to change the diapers and where his routine is. And then, you know what I mean, it ends a bit weird. It ends a bit weird because it doesn't end the way you thought it was going to end, and I was just like, yeah, it's you know what I mean. It makes you think. It makes you think of like what if. So yeah, I would recommend that, watching it at Christmas. Yeah, it's one of the, it's not full on Christmas, but it's a Christmas enough film. So that's Nicolas Cage at Christmas. So yeah, the review. I watched this at Christmas actually. It's had loads of different covers. The perfect Christmas movie, hilarious. It's quite a dark movie. Yeah, 15 as well. I did enjoy that, and the whole Nicolas Cage and dressed as Abraham Lincoln. Wow, but it's one of them entertainment and video ones. Lots of synopsis on the back of the box and stuff like that. But yeah, along with that, I mean, so I would own Rosamund High for Phoebe Cates. So it's a good film. That's, I mean, it's not a bad film, but it's not a good film either. It's a Christmas movie. But this isn't the good, the bad, and the what the fucks. I would put that in the bad category because I'm not going to like revisit it. Right, next up, jumping back to the past again, we're going with Ghost Rider. So revisiting Ghost Rider, you know, I think it's a really strong film. Spirit of Vengeance is terrible compared to it. Special effects are really good. Sam Elliott being it's awesome. The relationship between Nicolas Cage and Eva Mendes works. Wes Brantley as Blackheart works as well. It is a sort of gothic western kind of thing. But yeah, some cool visual effects going up the buildings. Even when he grinds down the side of the bridge, you know, you're kind of into the movie by that point as well. So yeah, on revisiting that, it's awesome. So this has just been the good, the bad, and the what the fucks notes. So we're sitting there talking about Ghost Rider. It's the one I didn't watch because at the end of the day, right, this one has a podcast now out where me sit and watch the entire movie. I'm doing a podcast for it, and the review was filmed after the podcast. It's still mesmerising that Eva Mendes' counterpart as a younger character is absolutely, is that her sister? And it's atrocious, the sequel. It's quite a funky one, but I quite like it. It's like before we had the whole Marvel Universe kind of thing, I've got to say it wasn't too bad. You know, it's like what Venom is now. It's like one of the ones where it's just kept in its own little bubble over here. You know, but if Nicolas Cage turns up at the end of the Avengers, we're going to be like, what the fuck? So yeah, it could be a what the fuck. But I enjoyed that. It's a good film, except for the fucking sequel. Anyway, next one is Southern Fury. This is just a random jump into the future because the bit where there's a bit of a... Needed to cut some footage out. I didn't want to just do a standard cut. I wanted to make this more video time travelling, so this is one of the last things ever filmed for the video. It's a year in the making. Now, the reason why I started taking notes for is John Cusack was meant to be next. Bagman, also known as The Carrier, High Fidelity, being John Malkovich. These were all going to be in there. And I never got around to film it, so that's the reason why I took notes and did stuff like this. So this is the good, the bad, the what the fucks. It's a pretty bad movie actually. Not really fresh in my memory, but we're going to cut to my little notes, and I don't think there is much notes. Journal note for Southern Fury. I don't really remember much about this. John Cusack and Nicolas Cage are reunited. Nicolas Cage wearing a weird wig in a big facial hair. It's almost forgettable. John Cusack plays his older brother, trying to get him out of this. Some Fury tells an interview and stories of the brothers Mikey and Jim, who ski each other on their ply, growing up in their house. Mickey finds success at a structuring company where Mikey becomes a small-time mobster. Life of petty crime. Mikey's kidnapped and held for ransom. So lead actor, so the two main brothers, basically, one is kidnapped, and Nicolas Cage plays a really good support actor in this as well. He is like the Nicolas Cage character. Even though I watched it recently, it's quite forgettable as an action scene. But you know what I mean. This is after Frozen Ground, with Cusack and Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage plays very similar to what he did in what's it called? Dead Summit. It's not Dead Meat. Deadfall with Michael Biehn. He almost looks like the same kind of actor, looking quite big in this as well. But yeah, it's almost like a forgettable movie. So it is a bad movie in a way. Didn't get a Blu-ray release in the UK, but did get a lovely cover. It's what the fuck. Do you know what? I mean, I probably said that in the notes, but that is totally the Dead movie. Pick a card, any card. Deadfall. He's Deadfall right here. Deadfall. Pick a card, any card. And gets his fucking face on the fucking deep fat fryer. That's, you know, it's the same kind of rage as Cage. And John Cusack, going back to the whole cap on Cusack, glasses on. But yeah, he basically, his brother gets wronged, and Nicolas Cage is the local bad guy and stuff like that, and he ends up seeking revenge and getting the help of John Cusack. It's a lot of big budget movie. John Cusack and Nicolas Cage, iconic in Con Air. Frozen Ground as well, and then this comes along, and you know you read, you just buy it on that, and I'm just like, what the fuck? That's a what the fuck movie. Actually, it was a bad movie. It's not too what the fuck. It's nothing what you expected. So far that's 4. Right, where we're going here. Next up, it's Kiss of Death. Kiss of Death is next. Entry 1 into the good, the bad, the what the fucks. These are just mental notes rather than by the time I get around to doing the good, the bad, the what the fucks, I can really remember. So this is the Kiss of Death. Mid-90s movie. David Caruso, who basically breakout star. He was the star of this movie. Obviously went on to become NCSI in Miami, the lead actor for that. That's why you had this big breakout role he was in. Hudson Hawk as Kit Kat. Didn't say anything as Kit Kat, but yeah. So then you've got like Nicolas Cage, Samuel L. Jackson, Helen Hunt. You had some really big support actors. Vin Rames is in this as well. So 3 degrees of separation, 6 degrees of separation. Vin Rames, tournament, that kind of thing. Nicolas Cage though, when it comes to Nicolas Cage, rocking his fucking junior in it. Amped up, muscly as fuck, the biggest you've ever seen Nicolas Cage. He looks like his hair's very faded there as well, and basically there's a bit in the movie where he basically chucks a guy out of a truck in a gorilla press, and fuck my life, the stunt guy, he's like Thomas Jane back in The Punisher, just goes head first into another truck wheel. It's some gorilla throw, and he just acts like mental, especially when his father dies in the movie, when he's just like, my father died, and he's bouncing, jumping around almost like on ecstasy, like punching people in the face. Michael Rappaport is also in this as well. So the story is basically a guy who's basically trying to go on the straight and narrow away from a life of crime. He's got a wife, he's got a kid, and basically gets wrapped in to do one last job. That goes south, he ends up going to prison, and his wife basically ends up dying as well because she falls into the life of crime, trying to support the family. He gets out and sort of rats people out, and then basically he's trying to protect his wife. With his wife gone, he's now his main priority is his daughter, so he's willing to sacrifice everything to basically become sorry, what I'm sorry for is mental notes. He's trying to become like a great father, trying to get out of prison, set a life up. It even means going head to head with Junior, who becomes like the boss of this little mini crime family. Samuel L. Jackson is the police chief in this, who's basically trying to support him as well. After he sort of saves his life, he puts his hand out and gets shot through the hand. Samuel L. Jackson still takes a bullet in the side of the face, which he holds a grudge about. But yeah, it's a great, strong espionage, kind of like espionage, tattletale, Goodfellas style movie. Nicolas Cage in it is really strong in the performance, and this is really before he really broke out. So yeah, that is just a journal note for Kiss of Death. So yeah, Kiss of Death. This is probably though the first or the second one I actually watched. I he gets fucking cruised up. It's the bit when he fucking gorilla presses the guy out the truck. It is monumental. I mean, Nicolas Cage is massive in this. Physically massive. Along with Samuel L. Jackson and David Caruso. Kit Kat from Cuts and Hawk. Okay, he's in my CSI Miami, but it's a good film. It's a really good film for the time as well. Samuel L. Jackson was really breaking out. 1985. Pulp Fiction hadn't really dropped yet then, or 94 for Pulp Fiction. Oh my god. But yeah, that's a good film. That is definitely a good film. So at least we've got some good films in there. Anyway, next one is Trapped in Paradise. Okay, Nicolas Cage volume. Nicolas Cage notes. Trapped in Paradise. Trapped in Paradise is a film that I remember seeing heavily trailered back in the day of VHS. Trailered. Know the trailer off by heart. This isn't happening. Loads of stuff like that, but I only ever seen it once, and it's just one of those ones that's disappeared in limbo. And seen it on Sky last night, so I was like, bloody hell. And I totally forgot it's a Christmas film, it's a bank heist film. You know, it's a comedy, it's a bit like, it's a PG, borderline 12-15 rating. Believability, Nicolas Cage, John Lovitz and Dana Carvey are brothers. It's the 90s, you know what I mean, so it's got a bit of a Groundhog's vibe going as well. Gets stuck in a small town, very Christmassy. I think the performances are quite good, everyone's a bit wacky. Dana Carvey's going over the top, John Lovitz is hitting for the puns, because John Lovitz was really big at that time as well. And Nicolas Cage carries it really well. But yeah, I mean, I've never seen it on DVD, VHS. So yeah, just another one in the Nicolas Cage bank. Enjoyed it, going into Christmas. Christmas is coming. There's, I think, a lot of morals as well, you know, they do fall into the routine of looking after his brothers, and they end up getting drifted in to a bank heist, and then it's the guy from The Thing as well. There's a couple of famous other people there you recognise. Even weirdly, like, it's one of the is it deputies, the store guys. That's definitely the guy from Beverly Hills Cop. You know, bleached hair as well. I was like, what's going on there? But everyone just started bleaching their head in the mid-90s, like Will Smith, fucking Will Smith, Bruce Willis. But yeah, just more notes. Highly enjoyable film. It's a Christmas film. It's okay. It's a Christmas film. The best thing about Trapped in Paradise, it was so cold, it almost snowed. I just, like, as I said in the review, I remember that it is so iconically trailered in my mind. So like, it was great. It's just on Sky, sitting on Sky. Never seen the light of day on DVD that I've seen. I've not seen it on VHS. It's something I would pick up and pick down. But yeah, it's stuff like, you know, there's Nicolas Cage films that come along like Raising Arizona. Look at that. Which, I mean, that's lost its kind of covetous them sitting on deck chairs now. This film is £1 per night. Wow. Especially when you realise that's Nicolas Cage in the eye. I'm definitely going to keep that actually out for a retro video, because that's manky as fuck. But yeah, the next one is Snake Eyes. Okay, Snake Eyes, Nicolas Cage movie, came out just after, fucking hell, it's a Brian De Palma film. It came out just after Face Off. Nicolas Cage is just shit hot in this. He is just wired as fuck. I mean, some of the cameras in this are amazing. There's like so many long takes, especially going around the ringside, where in an era where they don't fill people in with CGI and it's actual real crowds. I thought that was fantastic. You got Rachel Weisz in there as well, the supporting actress. Gary Sinise is in there, who always just typecast at the same time. He's going to be the bad guy, especially Ransom. I think the film could have benefited with somebody else in that role. Phantom Punches as well. It's the guy from Daylight. He's the boxer. Some good actors in it. Louis Gutzman's in there as well. There's a lot going on. But Nicolas Cage is just wired. It's a good film because it's made really well. The story is basically a guy who's aware, I think he's had a tip off that these nuclear tests of these missiles are not going the way they should, and the documents have been documented. And basically the film, he gets assassinated, and the film shows you multiple angles going on there, so it's foreshadowing, setting stuff up, but it's very fast paced. You know, it's not really a massive reveal who does it at the very end. It's almost like less than halfway through the film, you know who the baddie is, and then you see in a different angle, and you know it's very fast paced. But I think Nicolas Cage is just, you know, like, that is him living the moment. That is when he is just shit hot, I thought. So yeah, Nicolas Cage. Now, Snake Eyes. Now this came along just after Face Off, and when Nicolas Cage was shit hot, and Brian De Palma, as well as Gary Sinise, said it to the bad guy in Ransom and stuff like that. I put a note. See, I'm organised. I wrote a note, I slapped it in the box and stuck it in the pile. So the note says, has a random ending shown the rise and downfall of the Nicolas Cage character, just when it shows random people building as the end credits roll. That's right. It shows you the building, the edit. It's got a fucking... It's people just building a building, and the end credits roll up, and the downfall of the character. Phantom Punch. But yeah, when you go... I would say it's a good film. I probably said it was a bad film in the review. But it was a big budget movie. You know, it was heavily trailered. I mean, massive hype. I mean, look, he's fucking raging on the back of his gun. But yeah. Next one is The Weatherman. I watched The Weatherman last night. And, you know, for someone that says it's the director of Pirates of the Caribbean, The Weatherman. I remember seeing it trailered a while ago. And keeping in mind the trailers on this movie were absolutely shit. It was a trailer for a Danny DeVito film. Something about relatives, and I was like, it's a total 90s trailer. But anyway, 15, all set in Chicago, and it's about the weatherman who keeps getting drinks chucked at him, and it's classed as a comedy, but there's a lot of dark stuff going on there. His relationship with Michael Caine, who's dying, his daughter who's called Camel Toe, and then his son who's getting molested, and it's like, wow, I wasn't expecting this. So it's a what the fuck movie, because if you want to see Nicolas Cage dressed as Abraham Lincoln and getting rid of a pilgrim lady, then yeah, it's a total like, what the fuck, I wasn't expecting this. Just deal with a lot, just have a few comedies in, drops the C-bomb a couple of times, but there's not a lot going on with the movie. You know, it's not like, it's about, you know, the guy's trying to get somewhere, he's quite angry and stuff like that, but yeah, no, I mean, it's got a lot of familiar faces in it. Nicholas Holt's in it as well, and he's really young. And as a Nicolas Cage film, it was just like, I get it, it's got some comedy little bits in it. I mean, he's walking around with a bow and arrow, and he's just the weatherman walking around wearing a bow and arrow and stuff, and it's just fucking weird. So I would say it's a what the fuck movie, because it's not what you expect. And I don't really think there's a lot going on with the movie. I think it just deals with a lot of stuff and then tries to twist it into comedy where it's not really a comedy, so I'm not really sure what it is. So yeah, that was it. So yeah, this one really caught me off guard. A comedy to brighten up your day. It's a very fucking dark movie, man. Very dark movie. Cosmic blue everywhere. From the directors of Pirates of the Caribbean. Big cast. It's a what the fuck movie because of what the fuck it is. You know, it's fucking copy cuff banging off my head. You know, but yeah, that's a total what the fuck movie to me. Well, it's away. Now I think we've only got one left. I'm trying to think. You might have a random review. That'll be Phoebe Cates is in it, who gets her tits out, and it's absolutely amazing. Was there another review? I'm not sure. There might have been. Or you might have just seen me sitting on the chair talking about Fast Times randomly to use that footage. So I think I've got them all. Oh no. Mum and Dad. Okay, here's my notes. I watched Mum and Dad today. It's a film I've nearly bought a couple of times. I'm going to put that in note. I seen the poster at HorrorCon. Took a selfie with the poster at HorrorCon. Nicolas Cage and Afumi. What the fuck is a Afumi? With Selma Blair. And basically Mum and Dad, and I think a lot of the quotations come like Home Alone for parents. And I put it on. And I've recently watched Mandy. I've recently watched Snake Eyes, Weatherman. This is probably one of the best Nicolas Cage films I've seen in my new top 10 by far. I think it's a well-made movie. It screams Dawn of the Dead. It looks like it happens in the same town as Dawn of the Dead, with a hint of the crazies, like the buzzing. Ferret Beale starts singing. It's all about the buzzing. And you know, Nicolas Cage turns in a performance, but I think the film's really well made. The overall cast is really good. It's brutal, you know, it's hard hitting. It does have that Home Alone factor at the end of it. There's a film called The Children, that where the kids go after the parents, but there's also a film called The Cradle Will Fall, which when you're watching it, it comes up called Baby Blues, and that's about a lady who basically is trying to raise like 5 kids or something. She's pregnant at the time, maybe it's 4, and she has a very young kid, and basically her husband goes away and she just snaps. And it's a real thing, it's based on a true story, and I think that's where this borrows some stuff from, you know. But it's all about the parents going after the kids, and I mean, there's even a bit where there's like she's just had the bane and she's crushing it, and you know what I mean, and they're trying to get the bane off and then cutting the fucking umbilical cord, going, where's Tom Green for a cameo? He's making beats in his house, which are awesome. Tom Green, well done on them. But anyway, back to that, you know, it's got some what the fuck moments. But the pool table's quite good. For Nicolas Cage fans, how he's like rocking out making a pool table. I thought he turned in a great performance. Very psychotic dad. And it's really good, well, the storytelling, because it travels forward, and then when something's going to mean something, it then travels backwards and retells you the story of why. So it doesn't really, you know, it gets you straight in there. Big scale as well. It's great when Lance Henriksen turns up as well as the dad. I thought that was great. And brutal, you know, but the ending just happened. It ends. It's just like, well, do you know what I mean? It's like, and a blick ending. Didn't know how to end it, but yeah, horror fans definitely. General viewer watchers definitely. Nicolas Cage fans definitely. It's definitely a good Nicolas Cage film. It's a what the fuck movie for the fact that in the concept. But within this top 10 with Mandy, which is a total what the fuck movie, I think it's a good movie for Nicolas Cage. So yeah, just a quick random note for Mum and Dad. So yeah, Mum and Dad. I just wish I bought it actually. It's on Sky, so I just watched it on Sky, but I wish I had it in a horror collection. It's quite a good film. I would definitely say it's a good film. It's definitely a good one for the thing, and we're going to end with an absolute what the fuck movie. Mandy, watched it last night. Nicolas Cage. Oh, before this gets sacrificed to make a new chair, long story about what happened to my chair, Mandy is now out on DVD, exclusive at HMV for Blu-ray, and the VHS seems to be picking up quite a lot of money online. Dun 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 dun! Mandy, the VHS. Matty Connor has the DVD, guys. He has the DVD. So the idea is, I mean, me and Matty have been out 13 Sundays in a row now because we do the Buskers night. Every weekend we are wasted beyond control, and he still hasn't watched Mandy. It keeps cropping up. It keeps cropping up, and I told him he was going to watch it while Victoria was away. So Matty says he will give his review of Nicolas Cage. Now I have the stand here of this movie. The movie is batshit crazy, but I've bought the soundtrack on vinyl. It's Cosmic Red. Hang on, I'm still here. Come on, come on. Because the soundtrack's amazing. Now, I've done a separate review at random for this. I just want to show off this vinyl because it's absolutely gorgeous. I'm actually going to listen to it actually, because it's so chilled out. Look, the rage that is Nicolas Cage, and stay there. Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage is a fucking tiger. I mean, come on. Look at that. The rage that is Nicolas Cage. I normally like do all the cover albums, but I think this might be the cover album. No, it can't be. Oh, it will be. Actually, it will be. The next generation of the good, bad, than my fucking phone. But yeah, that could be the cover art anyway. I haven't decided. So I've been Stephen Mason. This has been the good, the bad, the what the fucks. I'm ending this right now. The last ending clip will be Matthew's review of Mandy, and probably another clip of me and Matty in Steeltown. There's a random outtake. Conair is still there. So this is the end of the video. While you're in concert and you don't know where concert is, Steeltown music. Actually, I'm wearing it in the video. I'm not wearing it now, but I actually am wearing it in the video. And you can get them here, homegrown. There's blue ones as well now as well. So yeah, thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching, man. Stay true to the system and make sure the system doesn't get you, right? Because it'll get you once it's got you. You're knackered, right? So just don't get caught by the system. There's one for you.
Goodbye. So it's almost a year later since I filmed the Nicolas Cage video. The video is very random, jumps around, And Matthew has finally watched Mandy, and I'm going to do a little bit jump cut so I don't get a bit of a woof 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 woof.
Can I keep on, like, every time we have a cut, can I be in a different place of the shop?
Yeah, just go for it.
Like, everything always links in together, doesn't it? So you have one music video and it's like same like cameos like left, right and centre, which is good because it almost puts to the constant brand, you know, like of a Monkey's videos. You know, if you're going to get a Monkey video, you're going to expect to see something that's going to link in somewhere down the line, that's what I like to see. That's what when you watch like other things like by other directors out there, there'll always be little tiny things that kind of like that's their trademark, and it's quite good. Do you like it here?
Yeah.
Hiya, I'm Matthew James Connor, and this is my review for Mandy. As you probably know, I'm a big Nicky Cage fan, have been for years. Monkey has been trying to get me to watch Mandy for, well, 4 years. And eventually watched it. I sat on my couch in my boxes on a Saturday night and stuck it on. The first half an hour was kind of hard. It's a hard first half hour, but there's a lot of things in there that you might actually like colours, and the music's really nice, but the visuals are really good. But the story doesn't really exist. Like for half an hour, it's just a load of shite. Effectively, that looks nice, like nice looking shite. And I almost give up. I can't be arsed to watch films these days, hence why it took a year to watch. Got past that, and then shit hits a fan, and it does like shit everywhere, you know, and like the fan's kind of big as well. Basically the fan's his massive sword that he makes for absolutely no reason. There's nothing to say that he's a blacksmith, or he can like weld and forge weld or anything like that. He's just kind of good. Anyway, comes up with this muckle swordy thing, and then that's it. Fill him on, you know, and it's kind of good.
Just a quick outtake for the good, the bad, and the what the fucks. I'm sure I say I'm going to wear a Steel Town Music t-shirt in the video, and I forgot. So there's a new Steel Town Music t-shirt. Should have worn it for the video. I'm sorry, Matthew. But here's some more outtakes. Here's a quick outtake for you. I've actually bought Mum and Dad. It's £4 in the clearance sale, so I picked it up on Blu-ray. It's pretty awesome. Wish I got like a slip cover for it, but no. I'm going to quickly open it there if I can. The Rage, that's Nicolas Cage. Oh dear. There we go. Let's make this video even longer. There we go, we're in. Bog standard. At least they made the effort to actually put a print on the disc rather than just a basic blue, but it's actually awesome. So next outtake for you. So this is the very end of Nicolas Cage's Good, the Bad, the What the Fucks. I've just wrapped it up there to end it. It doesn't really have like an ending, a hook, you know, before the Mystic Dragon music kicks in, and I was just like, right, okay, and then my phone beeped, and I'm just looking at the Con Air, which is I've put at the front of the outtakes, and I've got Con Air here on VHS. Con Air needs to be in the next one. It's a classic film. It's dusty as fuck. It's not the big box, which I renamed Con Dog Air. I changed it. I wrote on it, yeah. It's been rewound. That Harrison Ford, Air Force One. Dust to be faced. Another Nicolas Cage one down there with The Rock. I think The Rock's been in there. Yeah, Nicolas Cage, John Malkovich, and John Cusack. That's on the way. And funny enough, the message I got was from Connor. And it is to look. It is. Yeah, that's definitely the end of the video. I have no idea what that is. Thanks for watching. Goodbye for now.
And now, the end is here.